Are you ready to outsmart the algorithm? In this video, we're going to be talking about my 9 algorithm secrets to explode your growth. In the last 6 months, I have gone from 18,000 followers over on Instagram to more than 63,000 right now, and I am still growing by the hundreds every day. And it really comes down to the algorithm and figuring out how the algorithm works so you can use it to grow your business. My name is Michelle Gifford. I'm a brand marketing strategist. I come at you every week with Instagram tips, tricks, and strategies, so make sure you're following, and let's get into it. So first, let's understand what the algorithm is. The Instagram algorithm is actively trying to understand who you are as an Instagram account because its goal is to keep people on the app. If they keep people on the app, they get more money, right? Because they can sell more ads and the app continues to grow. So if it can understand what kind of content you create, it can recommend your content to people who are interested in that content because it doesn't want to put plant content in front of people who don't care about plants, right? They don't want to match those people up because they know that if they don't care about plants, then they don't want to get plant content. So they are trying to figure out who you are as an account. And if it can figure out who you are, then it can put you in front of the right people. So if we know that is the goal of Instagram, how do we start working with the algorithm? The first thing we're going to do is make it really easy for Instagram to understand who we are. And that is figuring out our niche and creating content around that niche. Think about the 5 to 10 keywords that people would search for to find your content. For me, it would be like content marketing or Instagram tips and tricks. Figure out those keywords that people would search for to find you and then start creating content around that. And that's going to lead me to the second algorithm secret. The Instagram algorithm is actually a search engine. It is a place people go to search for things. And so Instagram, again, is actively trying to figure out who you are as an account. And so we're going to use these keywords to help our SEO or search engine optimization. And so we're going to use those keywords in our bio. We're going to use it in our hashtags, and we're going to use it in all of our content because those keywords help the search engine put our content in front of the right people. Next is we are going to post frequently. Listen, if you want to grow on Instagram and you're only posting once or twice a week, it's going to take you a long time for a lot of reasons. And one of those reasons is the more content you put out, the more chances you have of that content getting seen by the right people. Also, the more content you create, the better you get at creating content. Now, 3 years ago, I wasn't that great at creating content. My images weren't as good, my hooks weren't great, my videos weren't as great, and I've worked on it every day, and so my content is getting better and better. So if you only create 1 or 2 pieces of content a week, it's going to take you a lot longer to get better as a content creator. So I recommend trying to create content 4 to 6 times a week. I tend to do more than that because I'm really focused on growing. So I post 1 or 2 times a day. If you really want Instagram to work for you, then commit to posting and creating content. The more content you create, the better you're going to get at it. All right, next up is getting good hooks. I want you to put yourself in the place of someone who is searching on Instagram. Think about when you're just like scrolling. What makes you stop? Probably a good hook or a good headline, right? Those are things that make people stop the scroll and watch all the way through. And so if you're not putting hooks or headlines on your content, then people are going to just scroll on by. Hooks are something that grabs people's attention. It helps them to know what the content's about and shows that there's going to be value brought to them. And now hooks can be a little bit tricky. If you want my free guide to 131 hooks, then you can click the link below. And this is going to walk you through how to use hooks. It's also going to give you a huge list of hooks that you can start using today to get people to stop the scroll. Next is when we create content, we're going to create content for people who don't follow us. In order for you to grow, you need your content to be put in front of people who don't follow you. The way to do that is through the Explore page. I want you to go to your Explore page right now and I want you to look at it. What are the things that stop you and make you want to click? So when you're thinking about creating posts, don't just create posts for your followers, the ones that you already have, because those are good nurture posts, right? If you really want to grow, you have to start creating with people who don't follow you in mind. So start solving problems of your ideal potential audience. And if you do that with adding keywords to your posts, you're going to be able to show up quicker on the Explore feed, and then people are able to find you, follow you, and buy all your products. Let's talk about the debate between images and videos, because back when Reels first came out, there's a big push for videos, right? Back at the start of 2023, Instagram came out and said, hey, we have taken video a little too far and we have taken steps to correct it so that we're not only pushing video, because they were getting labeled that they were trying to copy TikTok too much. And they were, and they started course correcting and they said, no, Instagram is different than TikTok. And one of the things that makes us different is our images. That's how they started, right? Is it was an image sharing app. So they pulled back on video being the only thing that gets pushed. And now carousels and pictures are getting more traffic as well. So which one should you use? views? That is a big question because you can grow with Reels, you can grow with carousels. I personally have carousels that have thousands of likes on it and have brought in thousands of followers. So carousels for me are really great. I've also had Reels that have thousands and thousands of views and have brought in followers as well. So you need to look at your niche. If you're an education niche like I am, you can get a lot of traction with both. But sometimes your niche is going to be more beneficial if you use video. So the best thing you can do is try both out. Get really good at hooks on carousels and do hooks on your Reels, and also do trending audio with Reels, and see which ones your audience resonates with and which ones your content does better with. Back in December, my goal was to start getting carousels that would take off on the Explore feed. So my team and I started creating that content, and our hooks got better because we paid attention to our analytics, which ones were doing well, which ones weren't. And we started paying attention to what was working, and we'd do more of that and do it better. And so then about February or March, my carousels started taking off. You need to have a level of dedication for content creation, because if you really hone in and take the time to create content and then learn from it and adjust to make better content, that is how you start seeing amazing things happen. Now, 6 months later, I regularly have carousels that get on the Explore feed and get thousands and thousands of views and follows. So what I'm saying with all of that is you've got to figure out what works for you. Next, along with that, if you are doing videos, whether a reel or in stories, use subtitles. 85% of people using Instagram are not using it with the sound on. And so using subtitles is going to keep people actually watching engaged. You can use the basic subtitles that Instagram has, but one of the things that I use is an app called Caption. It makes the subtitles highlighted and more fun. Next up is do stories. Stories is one of the most powerful ways for you to connect on Instagram. There's no other app feature that even comes close to the power of stories. It is where you could be cooking dinner, you could be sitting at your computer, you could be in school drop-off, and you could be talking to your audience and letting them into your day. And you think about it, someone shows up and watches you every day. That's so powerful, and that's where selling happens. That's where real conversion happens. And I know sometimes it feels awkward. Do it anyway, because the more stories you do, the better you get at it, and the more you connect with your audience. Next is to do Instagram lives. This actually helps you with your stories too, because when someone goes live that you follow, their story button moves to the front of the line and then you see them. And so I recommend, if you can, going live once a week, because this kind of gets a new involvement and that translates often to your stories as well. Again, lives are a little bit scary and your first live won't be great. It just won't. But it is one of those things that if you do start going live, then you get better at it and you start connecting in a different way to your audience. And last but not least is you need to get social. Instagram should be fun. Instagram is a place where you can show up, you can make new friends, you can build your business, and you can do it in a really fun, authentic way. And so start showing up like that. Engage with other people, follow them, like and comment on their stuff, and support other people. Because the best thing that you're gonna get through Instagram is a community and a connection, and that takes energy, it takes time, and it takes work, but it is so worth it, and you'll see dividends for years to come. We need to start working with the Instagram algorithm in order to help us grow. And these are 9 ways that you can do it. If you like this video, make sure that you follow for more.